just tuning in or curious about how this deck functions, your main goal is to put enchantments into play and sack them with Incarnation. One of the big enchantments is Fires, because on turn 4, or potentially, I guess you can't do this on turn 3, but you play Fires, you play Incarnation, and then you can sack the Fires, and on turn 4, you just end up getting to tutor a 5-drop of your choice, which is obviously appealing. Plus, you just have this thing sitting around that's going to keep tutoring stuff, and you just get value over time. There's no combos. It's not like you're not splinter twinning or anything like that. You're just grinding and grinding. And then, obviously, post-board, your sideboard has a ton of value from the fact that you can just tutor all your one-ofs. So even though they're just one-ofs in the deck, they end up coming up way more often because of your tutor. So it's sweet. It's just 5-color greedy pile. It's a lot of fun to play. I think most Fires decks are pretty fun to play. I think Fires of Invention lands in like an okay spot in Pioneer, where like there's ways to sort of punish the style of deck building that Fires asks, so it doesn't end up being like too busted like it was in Standard. But it's just a Yorion Knight. All the Yorion haters, get over it, because it's a fucking Yorion Knight. This hand's sweet. Got all our mana. Keep. Swamps, all caps. Thank you for the comment. It's very helpful. This deck's really slow though. Like if we play against mono red, we'll probably just get clowned in the dirt. But hopefully we dodge that. Thank you for the follow. So we're playing against a Brewski. Some sort of enchantment pile. This is exciting. I think I have one deck on my account with this card in it, maybe. I have no idea. My opponent might just be playing like a port over of the standard deck or whatever. But this is my shit brew, so we'll see if they're green-black. They're probably just going to be like Naya or something. Maybe just green-white. Okay, it's probably actually just straight-up auras. Which I think is an okay matchup. Like, if they have the nut start and just kill you super quickly, it can be bad. But you get to tutor things that can kind of answer the board. I think my hand might be too slow, though. So we have no red mana. I don't need it yet. If I Omen, what am I looking for? Just a removal spell. Even getting Fires into Yorion isn't that appealing. I think I'm just going to Omen. I don't have white mana. Holy shit. I don't know why my brain told me I was going to end up with white mana. That's kind of awkward. Okay. That thing's big. Fuck. So we can't even Omen into a Skyclave Apparition. Playcrafter's decent. But I think we might be in big trouble. No land is nice. That means their clock's going to be slower. I probably should have played one of these, though. I didn't realize I didn't have white mana. Okay, that's white mana. It's white and red, actually. I could just shock and get Fires, I guess. And hope that the Tulsimir ends up being good. So now we have all of our colors. Okay, why did I think this was like... My brain was telling me this was Bant or some shit? I don't know. My brain doesn't work, sorry. It's because Frank typed swamps in all caps and it broke my brain. And now I think everything's a swamp. Oh, they do have a land. Okay. Well, that's terrifying. And we have all shock lands. Ugh, we're so dead. Is there something I can get that isn't Fires? Get Oath of Gaia. I can get Deputy of Detention and deal with these. That's actually kind of appealing. So we're going to get Fires and then probably sack the Omen. Assuming we're not just dead. And then we can... If they can't protect these, we can hope to Deputy of Detention and snag both of them. Swamps equals white mana. Okay. That is bad, probably. I guess these things aren't that big. Yeah, we're probably dead. They just have to do, like, nothing more, basically. This layer might come up if my life total gets low enough. I wonder if I could have done something differently. Oh, Dramoka's fucking command. 12, okay. Alright, we got turn forward. We basically did nothing. We played a 3-2. Alright, these go in. I guess I want this. So they're just like light pause. This kind of falls under the same category as mono red, where like we might just be dead. We'll see though. I have a lot of removal, but our hand just ended up doing nothing. I think that's it. So they're just green white. So what can this kill? They don't have like a creature that's an enchantment. I guess I want it anyway, maybe. There's no way I'm tutoring it though, right? Like the only reason I'm putting this in is to naturally draw it. I guess it doesn't do much. I don't think I need the Scarab God. Archon's probably appealing. Binding's probably appealing. Definitely want this. Want everything that says removal and probably everything that finds removal. I don't think I need this. I guess double trial. Like trial into sack trial. Rallier is kind of an appealing line. Could just be the case that I'm supposed to take out some cantrips. Not really sure. Anything else look bad? Probably don't need this, but it could be relevant. I guess Omen is just a cheap spell that can help me make sure I'm finding removal. Like with 8 1-mana removal spells, Omen is kind of appealing. I just don't know how well the mana functions when you take these out. 4 might be too clunky. Maybe I don't even want the binding. I think what I said earlier is true, though, where I just should have all the removal. Just do this. Whatever. Seems fine. I know I want the portable holes. As long as those are in. How do we deal with the Glade Cover Scout? Oh, God. Do I have a sideboard card that I'm supposed to have to deal with that thing? I guess we could pray to God that in some sort of universe a board state develops where I can Massacre Worm. We're probably dead. I didn't really think about that card, honestly. Because they just played the other green one drop. I always forget that card's legal in Pioneer. This is how we deal with Glade Cover Scout, though. I don't fucking know. I don't really love my hand. I guess I'm keeping? I don't know. We're just killing a thing. Like, we're just going to lose to, like, a SRAM, right? They're going to go 1-drop SRAM. We're going to play Trial, and then we just have to hope to draw, like, Portable Hole or whatever, or another Trial. This is also really bad versus the cartouche that they play around it. They mulligan, which is helpful. It means it's, like, more likely that we actually get to a point in the game where the Tulsimir potentially matters. But I think this is a keep. I don't really know what like the average hand looks like. I feel like the last time I played this deck, which is maybe like 2 years ago, a year ago, it felt like it was decent at mulliganing. So, but a lot of that had to do with like the Omen and cantrip enchantments. So this is Teamer. So we have all our colors. We start with this in the Godless Shrine. They could just not have a 1-drop, I guess. So I could sandbag with Trial, right? So the way I get... So if they just don't have a 2, and they add things onto the Scout, I guess it's the same difference. I think I'm supposed to just wait, as weird as it sounds. So, like, the argument here is that... The argument for trialing is that, aside from Cartouche, I already said Cartouche, is... Like, if they have a 2, and then I want to kill the hexproof thing more than I want to kill the 2. But I think that's kind of unlikely. And there are worlds where they just, like, pile onto this thing, so it's higher upside. I'm not really sure. If they have Cartouche, we just get owned, but... Okay, so now we'll play it. We got a 2 for 1 at least. Because I think if they played a 2, they would just be sacking the 1 anyway. So I was just taking 1 damage, basically. I don't get to add Yorion, I guess, which is maybe relevant, but... I think my hand is just kind of awkward, so I sort of played for the higher value play. I don't know if that was right. It worked out, obviously, but... I don't know how much it worked out. They could have also just, like, played an enchantment and a 1-drop, I guess. So they had one of these and they didn't play it, which means they have, like, a protection spell, right? I think. Okay, what the fuck are these am I supposed to leave up? So I'm going to find a 2-mana spell. So Trial, Omen, so green. So there's so Abzan, blue, white. So I want a white land, kind of. White-black is maybe highest value. So I have black here, so we can do... I have the Confluence, so it probably doesn't matter. I guess I'll just leave up Godless Shrine. We just want cheap interaction or enigmatic. I think I bought them both. Fires, okay. Probably doesn't matter what color it plays on. I think we could probably just overwhelm what they're doing at this point. So I think they have a protection spell, so we can Fires, Tulsamir, and then Yorion next turn. Light pause, okay. I'm still doing this. So this can save it anyway. Sure. So maybe we die to this thing, but we get Edict. I mean, we get a lot of stuff next turn. Fragmentize. Well, fuck me. Okay. I mean, that I lose my Fires, but it also means that their turn just sucks. So I get Yorion now. I get a Fight and an Edict, which means it probably just deals with these two things. I still have a second Yorion in my companion zone. I can Prowler Oath of Kaya. And then next turn, just attack first. I'm trying to think of like setting up for the Edict is best for any way. I kind of want to just Yorion though. Let's do that. Maybe that's not true. Yeah, let's play the doggy and the Oath. Oh, it fights. Holy shit. I had no fucking clue this was going to happen. That's awesome. Sure. So, I fight this. They say green. I Oath of Kaya. It dies. That's so sick. I had no clue that was going to happen. That's so funny. Yeah, their lands are shiny. Okay, right. So they say green. Yep. That's so sick. Oh, that's just good deck building. Let's get rid of an enchantment and a creature. So now these all cost less. Black, white, Oath of Kaya. That was dope. All right. Wolf OP. Tolsimir combo. Do I have any other wolves in my deck that I'm unaware of? It's a dog. All right. We got one wolf. That's actually relevant, though. Like, that definitely comes up, especially when you're chaining with Incarnation. So it just says that it fights. Whenever a wolf enters the battlefield, you gain 3 life, and that creature fights up to 1. Okay, yeah, that's so sick. That is fucking awesome. All right, do I like the way I sideboarded? So Glade Cover Scout is now a part of my assessment. I don't think things change. Did they play anything weird? Maybe this is good. Just because they have like 1/1 floaters. What do we think about Massacre Girl? Like, I could see plenty of board states where like I have a 2, they have a 1, maybe I have a 3, maybe they have a 3. It also sets up Trial pretty decently. Where like I get to kill the shitters and maybe Trial the big thing. We could try it. Do I need this Yorion? It looked decent that game, but they boarded in Fragmentize. Yeah, just how we drew it up. Exactly. So the value of the Yorion is just tutoring it. And obviously Natty drawing it. Do I need this thing? It's just to be able to tutor off of a sack for Chain the Rocks. This is probably worse than Omen, right? It does set up my Massacre Girl sometimes. I don't know if that matters. It's also Chump Blocker. IDK. Let's take it out. That's all 4 drops. That's not it. We do have a double white 4 drop though with no white mana. That's kind of nice. We need Portable and Chain of the Rocks. That's what we're looking for. Shit. I think this is a keep even though we don't have those things. Should get rid of our Massacre Girl that I don't even really know how good it is. Double Edict. Like, against some draws, this hand's going to be good. We're probably going to die miserably, but they mulligan to 5. So that's a good sign. Okay, we have all our colors. The mull to 5 doesn't really matter if they have 2-drop into auras. They don't, so now it definitely is costly. Because they can just catch up. They have 1 card left, and they did not play. Yeah, I think we won, but only because my opponent's the unluckiest. So redraw, I take 4. Did they draw a 1-drop? Okay, well now they have no cards left and 2 mana Confluence in play. And then we have this to tutor up a 3. Yep. I know what the best 3 to get is. Skyclave's pretty good. Should just get Gloom Shrieker. I think. It's not like I'm going to die. It's a 3. They draw I just chump. Yeah, Gloom Shrieker's nice because we just chain upward. That's actually a sick turn. This being enchantment is super gas. Do you really have to play with Renegade Rallier? I guess the Renegade Rallier gives you tempo. This doesn't, but GG. Yeah, I think green white or is probably fine. I'm trying to think if I have a green white ores deck. I know I've built green white ores decks before. I want to say I wasn't like super stoked about them. I can't remember why it was. The mana sucks, but it's not that big of a deal that you play with Mana Confluence because you're capable of making giant lifelinkers. I think my conclusion was just that black-white was better. And, like, even though you got a hexproofer, you would still rather just have, like, Hateful Eidolon, but I'm not sure. What are the other green cards? Like, that one drop my opponent played is probably fine. It's not great. But Eidolon ends up being so good in the matchups where, like, your opponent has, like, sweepers or stuff that can blow up your like... I guess in theory it would be good with Glade Cover Scout, but then you're absending. I don't know. I don't know shit about auras. I think auras is pretty bad if everyone's playing shock and everyone's playing a million shocks, so it's difficult to play. The other thing about Glade Cover Scout is, like, you don't have, like, the auras are fine. They're not, you don't have, what's that one in Modern that's, like, double white and does a million things and gives lifelink? You don't have that card. So if you play a Glade Cover Scout and then you play one of the really important 2-drops like Light Pause or SRAM, and then those things die, it's not that likely that your Glade Cover Scout is going to end up being super good unless you just, like, naturally drew 3 Ethereal Armors or whatever. So, I don't know. I haven't thought a ton about it. That seems fine. Gotta hope our opponent's playing creatures. If they're not, we're dead. But if they are, we're looking pretty good. That's not a creature, but it's probably a good sign for me. Oh, fuck. Keen Eyes? Keen Sense? I think it's Keen Sense. No, it's not. Or is it? I think this is it. Well, it's a card like this. It's not that, but I thought that was just a reprint, but I guess it wasn't. Okay, Thoughtseize my Skyclave Apparition. It's a good draw. This card is nice. Do you have permanents this thing can't pick up? Like, I think it's actually just Eternal Witness, right? Every single card in your deck it picks up. That's sick. Oh, this isn't the right list. There we go. Yeah. That's tight. It's just straight up enchantment and Eternal Witness in this deck. Slow rolling my opponents, as I do. Probably playing this dude. Could even block. Am I supposed to chain the rocks? Get Field of Ruin. Okay, let's think. So this is green, this is white, this is black. So this is worse, I guess, if they just straight up kill it right away. I've got to be careful about this Field of Ruin. It's actually really good here because the Chain of the Rocks just doesn't do anything. I'm probably supposed to pick up my Skyclave. Do I have to take one? I don't know if I'm supposed to value the lifelink or higher. It's really good here. But it just dies to another removal spell. They have 2 field runs. What the fuck is that? What? Okay. We're Eldrazi. Didn't see that one coming. So they're going to take Skyclave Apparition. So the Chanted Rocks does have some value on the Thought-Knot Seer, even though it just blows up my land and they get their thing back. I at least get a redraw. Am I supposed to block this? Does my deck doesn't have basic mountain in it. This is so fucking inconvenient that they have field runs. Now I have no access to Skyclave Apparition. This is so random. I'm just gonna block. Okay. So I could just, like, Yorion. I could Yorion Chain of the Rocks, and then they take it. I think I'm just supposed to add Yorion. And maybe just play it and hope it's good. Because it's giant as fuck. It's that, or I can, like, Omen and try to find a removal spell. I don't know which one's better. I'm under a good amount of pressure if they just start hiving me. Obviously, they can't hive if I force them to field. Binding of the Old Gods. That is awesome. Too bad I can't move this stack. Okay, so that kind of works out. So I could take 7 to 9. And then we Binding the Thought-Knot Seer. We have to figure out how to deal with the Hive, which maybe I can't actually deal with. So 9 to 8. Renegade Rallier. Maybe I was supposed to use the Chant. I don't know. I'm going to die to a Reality Smash if they ever draw that. That's kind of nice, I guess. Sort of. I just gain 3 life. It's sort of like a weird time walk of sorts. Does this deck have basics? I have no idea. I sure hope it has a basic. Alright, fuck yeah. Okay, that's the basics for your Sharn. Thank God. Alright, probably green. Okay, that worked out very well for me. So now we can Othakaya the 3/3, add Yorion. And I get a wolf. What am I supposed to get? Just a Tri-land, probably. So black. Abzan. Maybe a blue one. Could just eat the Scrounger. Guess that's better, maybe. I was like a counter pressure. Like, this doesn't even kill me in 3 hits. I have a chain for a Reality Smasher. Hub, sure. $0.06. Yeah, you got it. Sorry. I wasn't reading chat because I'm a dog shit streamer. I get a planes. Okay, so fixed Keen Sense. I take 3. Oh, I can play it this turn. Dude, the dog's busted. So I have artifact, creature, enchantment, I guess. I don't have the thing to regrow this anyway, so... yeah. That has looked good. But I feel like we've just hit the best possible spots for the dog. We actually played this in Winota the other day. We went 4-1, but it didn't really feel like it mattered. Let me play my thing. Please let me play my thing. So I could blink this to eat another card. I guess it's probably worth just to make the future scroungers worse. I don't know if making my spells cheaper is that relevant, and then I'm still going to be able to potentially make my spells cheaper. Like I could sack the Omen and then eat it when I attack. Okay, so mono black Eldrazi. Kind of a weird thing where, like, I think I would want Portable Hole versus actual mono black aggro. But, like, if their curve goes up to Reality Smasher, it's not that great. I think I could just beat, like, the shitter beat down, like, the Scrounger stuff. My deck's just dudes. I think I want Yasharn. It's just a grindy card. It also trades for Thought on Seer and blocks the 3/3s. I think it's just something I'll probably be happy to draw naturally. They should have a bunch of removal in their deck. I don't know if I'm even taking out Archon, though. Scarab God, I think, is likely to be good. I don't know if I need the Yorion either. Oath is okay against Trespasser. Klothys, I think, just does nothing. Like, it kind of does stuff, but, like... I feel like what I'm going to lose to is maybe Reality Smasher. So I don't really want a card like that. Prowler seems appealing, like high toughness, exiles, Scrounger. Lifelinkers seem good. I think I want all the edicts, probably. I guess they're playing Matter Reshaper? Probably. I don't know. Eidolon, I don't think I need. It's just an enchantment to sack, but like if I need a value guy, I could just get this thing. So what do I want to add back in? What does this card do? I don't even know what this does. Enters the battlefield. So it's like an extraction where I draw a card. Do I want this? No. Not very happy about my options, but that's fine. I think this matchup should be fine. Like, I think when I used to play this deck, if you ever played against mono black aggro, it kind of felt like a buy. You just had a lot of grindy elements and just a bunch of shitters that could block their shitters, and then you would just overtake the game with Yorion eventually. Enigmatic's another card where, like, if you draw it off the top, your opponent just, like, can't beat it unless you're already dead. And even then, it's so good at tutoring, like, the perfect thing, like Tolsimir or whatever. Yeah, I think we're keeping this one. I think I'm just gonna mulligan. So what is this getting? Maybe fires? I could mulligan the dog, but I kind of want the 1/1. Could even mulligan the omen. So I have 2/2. I have 2 and a 3. This is probably gonna want to tutor Enigmatic. The problem with keeping this is it's sort of just bad versus Thoughtseize and discard. I'm going to mulligan it, and you can feel free to type at me and tell me I'm a giant idiot and my logic is flawed. And maybe it is. Like, so my hand's all cantrips, so it should be good versus Thoughtseize, even though I mulliganed. And, like, Enigmatic is such a high-value card, maybe I'm just supposed to keep that thing. But I don't know. It probably works out decently either way. So I'm not casting this dog on turn 2. I was like, what the fuck? Okay. Spice. That's a white mana. I feel like I have to use my mana and just shock this turn. So this is a mountain. It's probably not worth overthinking it. Is my mana good enough? Or I should just play the Omen? I think I can wait. So I was trying to think about, because they have Field of Ruin, where I'm supposed to put this, and I kind of just stopped thinking and put it on the one that makes less colors. Okay, they have Matter Shape for sure. Yeah, these just make Chain of the Rocks so bad. Double blocking this, I think. They have to have a removal spell for this exchange to be... That doesn't matter. I don't think... We just trade Lifelinker for this. I think it's worth. These are quite annoying. I think we're just Yorioning. I'm gonna take 9. Good Pladecrafter, I guess. It's not that bad. That kind of sucks. That's just disgusting for them to just get 2 free cards. Okay. Matter Shaper's fucking broken. We all know it. We've always known it. I do think it's like... It's not laughably bad in Pioneer. I think it's kind of laughable in Modern. Especially with Modern Horizons 2, but like... It's probably an okay card in this format. They didn't hive, which means I'm getting... I'm getting something. Okay. It's kind of bad. That looks weird. I'm just dead. All right, thanks for the hangs. Have a good sleep. Thank you for the follow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I had a better line than that. It doesn't feel very good. We just have to top deck. I don't really know how else this plays out. I'm kind of surprised they're not hiving, which is terrifying because it means... What does it mean, actually? I don't even fucking know. Okay, so they're going to get back a Siphoner or one of these. This does nothing. I think I'm just supposed to add Yorion. And am I discarding? I'm just dead on board. Yeah. So I discard, they blow this up. It comes back as nighttime. They get double triggers. I got a 4. They hive, I die. Yeah. These fucking fields, like, are just so... They're only there so they can play colorless spells, but, like... I'm playing Chain of the Rocks, and they just annihilate me because I don't have a basic. But I don't... Like, it's not like this is a popular strategy. This isn't something I have to, like, worry about for the future and change my deck. But it is quite annoying for this match. I think I still want the Chain of the Rocks. Maybe I don't. It is super fucking annoying, though. Okay, this looks way better than I thought it would be because they have that energy thing. Okay, let's start by splitting it. Let's start there. So it hits energy thing. It hits energy thing and Scrounger. That's it. So it hits 8 things, but it doesn't die to Field of Ruin, which is sort of appealing. They might have a 1-drop. I doubt it. I don't give a fuck about this thing. What was the other card that seemed bad? I thought that we had one more that wasn't very good. They had to have 4 fields too, right? What's our plan versus Lotus combo? I don't know. This is just a net deck. Eidolon, Mystical Dispute, probably this thing. It seems like a likely unwinnable matchup. But most of the decks that are enjoyable in Pioneer do not beat Lotus Field, so... It is what it is. It's a trade-off. You have some fun, and then you get crushed by Lotus Field. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to board out. I really don't even like these portable holes. Just have one randomly. Fuck it. Like, it's appealing if I'm gonna draw a bunch of Chain of the Rocks to just have a portable hole instead of 2 Chain of the Rocks in some amount of my hands. I think I'm just kind of close. It's really awkward. I think I'm gonna keep it. So turn 2 we trial, turn 3 we omen. We just have to find a red source, and the rest of things should work out. It's kind of awkward, though, to just keep blue-black in a hand that needs green and red, but is what it is. No 1-drop's kind of nice. Okay. Oh my god. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay. I thought I messed something up, but yeah, I don't need it. If I get Thoughtseize, it's pretty bad, but we can't get Thought Not Seared yet, and they didn't have Thoughtseize on turn 1. So we just pray. Yeah, I think this is right. I think it's too greedy to bottom the lands. Matter Reshaper. Fuck yeah. Nice. Portable hole. Okay, I could just get Scarab God. I don't think they're dealing with my enchantments, so I'm just going to make a value play this turn. And I think it's Skyclave Apparition. Could get the Prowler? It's not even that high of value because they could just kill it, right? Doesn't really matter. I could just get a Renegade Rallier. Yeah. This works out. Just gonna bottom lands. Pretty likely to draw a land anyway, and I don't really want lands. Like, getting to 5 mana is appealing with the Yorion, but I don't think they can win this game. They would have to have a really fucking weird card as a mono black deck to be able to win this. Maybe there's a black card that kills enchantments. But, like, they're not dealing with the fires. I still have a Yorion. They have to deal with the Incarnation, so they could have 2. They could just go, like, land, double enchantment removal. That doesn't do anything. Maybe even Mind Sensor? I don't know. Yeah. I feel like you would have to make so many, like, drastic changes that it might not even be worth doing. But I'm not sure. Oh, I fucked. Oh, wait. God damn it. Oh, well. Oh, I have this. I fucked it up, but it didn't matter. Who cares? Wandering Mind. Why not? I definitely could have done this better, but like I said, I don't think my opponent can win the game. Yeah, this one was not close. Ooh, that's a sweet one. I think it's kind of outdated. I built a few like Yorion Death and Taxes deck that played that card, but I was always just like, it's still so much worse than Skyclave Apparition. Doesn't really matter. It's actually what I was gonna just tutor, but this way works as well. GG. Yeah, I don't. So, alright. So, the things that you actually would use versus Lotus Field are. So, you have a main deck Eidolon. Graveyard hit doesn't really matter. So, yeah, like, you could try to get them game 1 with Eidolon. I don't know if that ever works. And then post board, you have Sin Collector, Campbell, Mystical Dispute. And I guess this thing? I just think you just are not beating that deck. It's probably fine to have like a few cards that overlap in other matchups. Like these cards are good versus Control or whatever, or good versus Burn. And then you can just cross your fingers that your opponent mulligans a bunch, and maybe you can win because of that. But I think like warping your deck to beat Lotus Field, like if you're gonna do that, just play a different deck. Don't play fucking 5-color enigmatic, whatever. I hate Mana Confluence. Mana Confluence is the fucking worst. It's kind of close. Whatever. Whatevs. Ooh. Okay. A little soul action. Might be dead. This one's spooky. Well, we at least don't have to take damage on turn 2. Need to find a mountain. Find a mountain. This is our blue source. Ghost Fireblade. Alright, that's not in Soul. That's not too bad. Probably going on Ornithopter. I don't know what they're going to sack to the trial. But this isn't like a blazing fast start. It's another good card to have. So double black or double green are my considerations. I don't think it matters. This gives me black white. Yeah. It's not even like, it's not even just that there's an extra 20. It's like, look at my deck. Like, even if I was playing 60 cards, it would still be full of just bullshit. It's sort of the nature of, like, the birthing pod stuff. Like, yeah, you would have to be really confident that this deck was insane against everything that isn't Lotus Field. And then, like, you could just load up your board. Like, you could board 4 Deafening Silence or whatever. Or you could, some of the lists used to main deck Deafening Silence. Like, you could board, like, 4 Damping Spheres. That doesn't necessarily mean you're going to win the matchup, but like there's stuff you could do if you felt like it was necessary. Okay, that's awesome. So they draw 2 cards. Yeah, it's not awesome because I don't gain the life, do I? Still good. Am I supposed to play Chain of the Rocks instead? So I play Chain of the Rocks here. They draw 3. And then next turn, I play Incarnation. Sack, get a 3. And I have the Oath for something where I actually get to gain the life. I think that's correct. I'm going to take a bunch of fucking damage, and they're going to draw a lot of cards. So maybe it doesn't work out. I guess the appeal of saving Chain of the Rocks is that I can deal with it in Soul. But I can Skyclave Apparition to blow up the Insult thing, so... I think what's likely to happen in this game is they're going to blast me for a bunch of damage and then literally blast me with Shrapnel Blast, but maybe their draw steps just don't end up being that good. Like, so right now this is 5 damage, I got a 9, and then they have a Den. Hope of Giripper. Yeah, it's kind of rough. So this thing can just sack as well. I was going to say if they tap out, I don't get the Oath life gain later, but probably just dead. Maybe there's some awesome card that I'm not thinking of. Trial. Got a 10. Alright, let's look at our deck. So 3s and 2s. So it's just this guy. You can just get Renegade Rallier. That's kind of good, right? Get to block that down. Thank you for the follow. I think this is it. I don't know which is better. Because, like, what does their turn even look like? If they sack this... So this block's here. So I guess removal spell here is kind of annoying. Ornithopter. It's not too bad. So far, so good. That's their whole hand. So this is attacking and drawing 3 more cards. Got 18. So I think I'm going to get to Oath, gain life, and then just get an Archon. Now their stuff gets haste. But I think we might be okay. We'll see. Is there a better 4? The Archon's the only 4 I can get. Untap land is actually pretty good. So I can trial. Sack it a 3. Or I can Oath, go to 10. Sack, get an Archon. And then just go apeshit next turn. I can get Glasspool Mimic and get Trial again. So I could trial 3 times this turn. I go to 6 though. I could just Oath. I could Oath Enigmatic Glasspool Trial. But then they keep the pro multicolored thing. I kind of want to clear the whole board. But getting the Lifelinker into play is just so good for me. Okay, so if I play the Oath, I have to blow this up. I get 3/4 Lifelinker, I'm at 10. I have 3/2, can't block this. And then like they could make this really big and force me to chump with the Archon, which would be pretty bad. I also kind of have to block in a way in which I'm not just dead to Shrapnel Blast. So I go to 6. Anything they play can just get haste, but it has to be pro multicolor because I have double blockers. So I think maybe this is better. I don't really know. This spot's kind of difficult. If I was more used to playing this deck, I could probably figure it out. I think this is maybe best. I don't know. I think the Archon just ends up being really awkward if they have anything good. Plus, they can just move this over. And like I said, I sort of have to block, right? So now everything has haste, trample, and reach. Which isn't necessarily the end of the world, just kind of depends. I don't know what the fuck this is. I just dead to a Stone Coil, right? So they have Stone Coil, that sucks. I couldn't beat it, right? I'm just chumping with Archon. Man, that's so unfucking fortunate. If I just untap, I probably win. What a close game. Okay, what if I got... Doesn't matter. I need 3 toughness and then something that deals with the first Stone Coil. I almost guarantee I could have won. I could have played that better. I just don't. I have no clue how the fuck I could have. Okay, so we won this thing. All of these. This matchup seems fine. They went first, which makes things a bit more tricky than I would like. But I think this matchup's okay. The Shrapnel Blast is the scary part. If they were just like a white deck, I would be way more comfortable. But the fact that they could just get me to 10 and then top deck out of it is really annoying. But I have life gain, so... is this good? It's kind of expensive. I doubt it's better than just getting a flyer. Can I beat a Stone Coil Serpent? I have 1 Skyclave Apparition. 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 1 Skyc Okay, Stone Cold's bad. I have Skyclave and Trial. They can just kill my fucking Skyclave apparition, and then I only have access to one. I guess Portable Hole and Enchanted Rocks are great. It's not that bad. Okay. I forgot about those cards. Sure. This is pretty expensive. Archon seems awesome in a lot of draws. I don't think I need Scarab God. If they're putting in Mystical Dispute, that kind of sucks for me. I could see them just smashing me because they have an aggressive start and the Mystical Dispute my top end, but it's only good if I raw cast Incarnation, right? It's not that bad against some of the other stuff. Okay, this is good versus Beaumont. I think I'm going to value it over Omen. And then, I, again, don't really want Clothis. I only see this being good in grindy matchups. Flyers are nice. This thing's not that big. I guess it's one color if I want to block a Stone Coil, potentially. Take out the Eidolon. It's 1/4, but try this. Yeah, we have plenty of answers for Stone Coil. I'm just stupid. I was looking at the top end of my curve and just realizing how many multicolored things I have, but if you look at the bottom end, it's not that bad. I have to naturally draw them. I can't really tutor for my answers. It's just Skyclave Apparition. But this hand seems sweet. It's a lot of tap lands, but if we draw one untapped land, we should be chilling. So this is green-red, which means we want Esper colors. This gives me blue-white. This gives me black-white. I'm going to favor blue-white because I have this card. So yeah, we'll play... Or sorry, no, this is... Okay, so I don't get the blue. I think I have to lead on Rogren Triumph. I just hope they don't shock my naturalist. Which they might have. Okay, well, we drew the untapped land. Alright, this is awesome. So we get to blow up their Beaumont. We take a bunch of damage, but we get Enigmatic going. And we get to gain 2 as well, which is nice. We get to put ourselves at 12. It's kind of interesting. So I don't have Enigmatic in play. I get to keep my lifelinker for an extra turn. I think I just want to do the enigmatic stuff. Maybe this is worth doing, because it potentially means that later I can chain into an enchantment and not just get the Skyclave right away. Yeah, we're going to play this. Should give us all the colors. So the board state would currently just be, I have Hole in Hand, this in play, and then a Skyclave Apparition. What the fuck? Oh my god, that was the most aggressive shit I've ever seen in my life. Okay. So let's get fires, I guess. Oh, maybe they did have a better play. That shit felt awful for my opponent. There's no way that felt good. Let's play... Does it matter that I have on tap land? I think we can just play this. Alright, they're on 2 cards. Sure. think that's right. Maybe it's bad. Take a bunch of damage. So I just need to prioritize gaining life, and I think we'll be chilling. Sure. So, I have a Knight of on him. Do I get a second enigmatic? It's not that good. I should get fires, right? And what do I want here? Just sack fires, get a Tulsimir, have another fires. Sure. Well, that game went much better. I think the first game was close. Yeah. I mean, it seems way better for us post-board. So what is their deck? Probably like 3-ish equipment, 1 to 2 Hope of Gearper, 4 Shrapnel Blast, maybe some Permission, Foreign Souls. I don't even know. Didn't look like they were playing Spring Loop Drum. Stubborn Denial is something I could get blown out by. I'm trying to think if I want these mystical disputes ever. So Beaumont Courier, Ginger Brute. I think the disputes are just too bad. Like, the reason that they would be good is, like, I'm in a position where I have 5 mana. But I think my plan should just be, like, have draws that are functional without my 4 mana stuff. And just try to, like, I have enough cheap interaction. I have 12 removal spells that cost 2 or less. So, yeah, Massacre Girl's a consideration. So what's the spot where I get Massacre Girl over Tulsimir? Yeah, it's just like awkward stuff where I'm trying to kill Stone Coil and I can't. I think I like this sideboard configuration though. All of these cards seem potentially irrelevant. Maybe I don't want the wolf, but there's more life gain with Tulsimir. I guess I'm keeping this hand. We might just die, but I'm supposed to mulligan this. I feel like I can mulligan. Fuck. Okay. I think it's fires. I just need a white source and this hand is quite good. Just so easy. It's just so straightforward. You just draw it all whenever you need it. It's not that hard to play Magic. Literally never didn't have it. Ever. Question is how do I use my mana? Okay. I'm just gonna chain the rocks. That's a thing. Okay, it's fine. It's okay. That is not a good play. I'm stupid. Fuck. This is bad because they're probably going to draw 3 cards now. Their thing just gets to be ancestral for absolutely nothing. I guess I could play it. It's so fucking bad, man. God fucking damn it. Whatever, it's fine. That was a really good draw. Okay, they draw 3 cards. But they're only drawing 1, they have 2. They didn't play their land, right? This isn't bad. The portable hole was an insane draw, so I'm gonna play it now. You can get beat up for 3. They could have a mystical dispute, but whatever. Hopefully they tap out, and then we're just chilling. And then this get... Oh, they can't get this. Fuck. Okay, whatever. I'm not playing well. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to just chain the rocks. Whatever. We're chilling. Very winnable game. I take 5. Please don't have 2 Shrapnel Blasts as your last cards. I have 3 Shrapnel Blasts left in their deck. This can become Knight of Autumn. They also don't have 4 mana, so... Green, so we need blue. Your turn. That is not 2 Shrapnel Blasts. This is like extra safe, and maybe I get punished for it. I think it should work out decently well for me. I don't have blockers and shit. The Yorion still. I just need this to find me an enchantment, right? I actually could have led with... That's good. I could have led with a dog, and then I get a creature enchantment, which is actually relevant. And then I just... Like, I get to play a 2 and this, so this costs 2. I think it's worked out. Alright, now we'll get this thing, I think. And then just pick up our Knight of Autumn. Yeah, I mean, these new cards have felt extremely relevant. Like, they've seemed pretty good. Even if I'm a misclicking dog. I don't know what hasters they could have. I get to gain 4 life and fill the board. I also get a lifelinker, so I'll just jam. Green, white. Alright, let's eat the enchantment creature. And I declare victory. It felt to me like as long as I gain as long as I don't lose to 2 Shrapnel Blasts, I probably couldn't lose the game. Unless like my Wandering Mind missed. But obviously the play where I just like didn't use my mana on a removal spell was bad. Fortunately it was a 1 mana removal spell, so it didn't matter as much, but that was my bad, guys. Yeah, it's just too late. I forgot it costs less. It's nice. I don't have to take damage, but I don't think any of this matters. Guess they're also just dead on board. Never give up. Never surrender. You can do it. You can do anything. Nice. You love to see getting dubs with the Incarnation deck. So what do we play against? We played against a mono black Eldrazi, blue red and soul, and what the fuck was this one? I think it was all creature decks, which is probably where you want to be. You just don't want to play against combo decks. And I assume Phoenix is probably not a very good matchup. Nothing beats blue red decks. Every deck I play, I'm just like, it's bad versus blue red. Maybe it's not that bad versus Phoenix. Just because, like, the toolbox part of it could be good. But, I'm not just play against more creature decks. Post board, it's really nice to just have, like, these 8 plows or whatever that kind of have upside. Like, we had that weird matchup where our opponent had 4 Field of Runes, and these were just really awkward. But I don't think that's super common. And yeah, just having Trial, Chain, and Hole versus the creature decks just feels like kind of like lights out, because like the random things you're tutoring are like almost unbeatable. This thing has been great. It doesn't necessarily look out of place. It looks unnecessary, but it's honestly been really good so far. Clothis has been terrible. These are cantrips. I've been happy to have this. I didn't think it was necessary, but I've been happy to have the Doge. Playcrafter's been fine. Bindings, whatever. Rallier's been better than I thought. This was a card whenever I played this deck a while back. I just, like, it didn't feel worth it, but and I still don't know if you need it, but it seemed relevant versus the aggressive decks. Just like the tempo of, like, effectively blink your Trial and make a 3/2 with Incarnation is good. Wandering Mind's fine. This thing fucking owns. This card is great. I wonder if you're supposed to just play 2 because it's so good to naturally draw, but might not be worth, because you're already, like, you're giving up a different one of probably if you're adding the second one of this. So, but that card fucking owns. I tried to not play you. It's all good. Just close the stream. You'll be back. Is this you? Or did we just play? Either way, good luck or good games. Whichever it is, good luck or good games. I think it's keep. Oh, no. We're so dead. How do we ever beat a blue-white deck with my shitty tap-out Birthing Pod deck? It's fucking doomed. Alright, this is the matchup we didn't want. Oh, no. Okay. Play this. So, I think for me to win this matchup, they have to make a lot of mistakes or have very bad draws, which blue-white's capable of. And human errors capable of. So, probably jamming Wandering Mind. I think it's going to get met by a counterspell, but I don't fucking know. Like, this could get countered. Maybe they, like, play Narset or something. Even if I play Incarnation, they could just have Teferi. So, okay, that's Good for me. I'm very happy to see this thing resolved. Just a little card advantage and some board presence. If I could get fires to resolve, it's really valuable. It's crazy they didn't have a counterspell or a force spike, though. Maybe they just Wandering Emperor this. Maybe they're like, it's time. It's time to kill the 2-1. Please Wandering Emperor me. Damn. Alright, Jam. Jam City. Force spike me. Fuck me up. All my lands coming to play tapped. Yeah, my hand was really good. We had I think the first hand was like double omen. It's like, I don't know, it was kind of borderline, but I was like, we could do better, and I just ended up, I actually misplayed. Your deck was sweet, but I actually misplayed. I just like, in my brain, I was like, I'm gonna play the Chain of the Rocks next turn, and then I didn't play the Mountain. I played the Triumph, so I couldn't kill one of your creatures. It didn't really matter. It was probably like a point of damage. Alright, we're just toast. So what, this is second Dovin's veto? But yeah, I was just talking about how good the 1 mana removal feels versus the just all the creature decks. Thank you for the follow. Alright, so we're gonna hope that they don't have another veto and they have Force Spike. Let's attack first. I mean, there's a chance, right? I maybe shouldn't have attacked, or should have attacked face. Because I'm just getting Plaguecrafter. I missed out on 2 points. I don't know. Oh, dear God. I don't know what this would have baited. Okay, this game is maybe winnable. Was I even supposed to do that? I can't get Plaguecrafter. I don't know why I said that like I could, but I don't want to give up the fires, really. What am I getting? Scarab God? I could get Tulsimir. I could get Yorion. So I think they have Force Spike. The Teferi is at 3 now, so attacking the Teferi ended up being relevant. God, I need to get better at not. Maybe I don't need to get better. I was gonna say I need to get better at not getting distracted, but like that's just part of streaming. So I should probably just get better at not being hard on myself for fucking up while streaming. Okay. So what do I do here? So I could sack the fires, get a Yorion. I could just get a Scarab God, which is really annoying for them. They could Teferi Tuck and then counter it, though. They could just have another Teferi. Yorion redraws me a card. I think Yorion's safe. Tulsimir's bad versus Verdict. Everything's kind of bad versus Verdict, though. I could just do nothing. So if I do nothing, and they don't have double Teferi to tuck this, next turn I can try to resolve Trial and get a Plaguecrafter, but then they could just have Wandering Emperor and fucking blow me out. They could also have White Castle and blow me out. I don't know. I'm dumb. I'm gonna sack the fires. I think I'm getting Yorion. This is still bad versus Verdict, though. Like, all my plays are probably losing to Verdict. If I decide to sack the... Oh, no. Okay, I forgot how this works. Yeah. So I at least get the 2-1 back. It's not that bad, I guess. But it's... No, it's this end step. Okay, yeah. Well, I think we had a good exchange that turn where we got to use our mana and not just get it countered, but... We didn't remove Teferi from play. I don't think there was a way we could have. So it's kind of rough. Maybe I could have, like, cast Trial earlier on and foreseen this being an eventuality where, like, I just want... Like, the Trial doesn't do anything, and then I want to be able to have it in play to get Plaguecrafter. So now they have the White Castle. So the Plaguecrafter line doesn't work. Verdict. So they have 4 mana. Okay. So if they don't have a hard counter... What? Alright, game is trash. Fuck me. That sucks. Okay, they might not know that I can get Blade Crafters, so this probably works out in my favor. But they could still just have Wonder Nipper, so we'll attack Teferi. And then I've got to hope they just use their mana. Maybe they'll use the Force Spike on the Moonbliss Cleric. Fuck. Could have attacked first. I could have, like, baited them. I could have attacked first. This sucks. Okay, now we gotta make a grindy play. Which I guess means pick up fires. I'll just play a 3-2 to the board. I think I'm playing my land as well. You can just look at my deck. I'm getting to 3. So Skyclave deals with this. Rallier doesn't do anything. It just gets back the trial, which maybe is valuable because I put another 2 into play. Clothis I don't think is very good. It's probably going to be Gloom Shrieker, I think. So this pluses. I have to hope they don't have another verdict. So Gloom Shrieker gets maybe fires. So Playcrafter, I deal with the... I don't think that's worth... Could get Deputy and just take the fucking Teferi. I don't think that's good either. This is too hard. Too many decisions. Yep. I don't want him to tap out of this. Maybe leave up absorb mana. If I play Chain of Rocks, do I think they're going to cast Absorb? If I play Fires, I do think they're going to cast Absorb. The problem is they have a Force Spike, right? So if I play the Chain of the Rocks, they're like, yeah, who cares? They get the Force Spike by Tulsimir. If I play the Tulsimir, they get to Absorb. They might not have Absorb. I'm almost positive they have a Force Spike. So I guess I'm leading on Tulsimir. I think keeping the fires away from Absorb for now is good. I also need to be conscientious of my clock. Okay, do I want to trade Chain of the Rocks for a Force Spike? If that is a thing that's going to happen. I guess yeah. Maybe not. March, okay. We're fighting. We're doing our best. No one's ever beat a Resolve Teferi, but we're doing our best. So, attack Teferi, attack Teferi. Maybe they don't have the Force Spike. So the jump, it goes to 3. And then, so if I sack this, I just get the Archon, which is bad versus Verdict, but it might be worth getting it anyway. And then the other play is just get a 1-1. I guess we can just get 1-1. Oh, I have these to tutor. Holy shit, my brain doesn't work. Yeah, okay. Probably want the card, though, right? So, Fire's costing 3. Nah, I just want the card. We just draw land. Okay. Just need to dodge a Verdict. Which they only have 2 left. Oh yeah, never beating that ever. No, never in ever. This card is so stupid, man. Who the fuck made... I hate Farewell. It's been so long since I've hated a card. Because, like, they've done such a great job. Compliment on your job. Wonderful job. But, like, why does it exile everything but Planeswalkers? Like, this shit should be, like, just Planar Cleansing that exiles, but doesn't touch the graveyard. I don't know. The card, it's just so dumb. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, God, I'm getting raided and I'm ranting. Thank you so much for the raid. What's going on, Snapbolt Gaming? Games? Said it wrong. Sorry. What's up, everybody? We're playing some sweet enigmatic Incarnation. We are 3-0 so far, but I think we're going to lose the blue-white, most likely. I think my sequencing was kind of bad there, but whatever. We can't win. I give up. We just got farewelled. All of our things are gone. And yeah, you hate to see it. It's probably one of Farewell. Unfortunate. What up, what up? Alright, Destiny Spinner, Sin Collector. I think I want Camball. I don't think I need that. Definitely Mystical Dispute. And do I want this card? It's just like card advantage, kind of. What could I snipe that I would care about? Maybe Verdict? But I don't want to cast it. I think it's bad. I don't think I want it. It's all good. I'm just ranting about how poorly designed I feel Farewell is. I just hate it as a card. It's just so lazy. It's just like, yeah, we'll just have it do everything. What about Planeswalkers? Nah, just make it so you can play a bunch of Planeswalkers and then play it. Oh, okay. Great. Although I guess it's optional, so it just buffs it if you pick Planeswalkers. But that card just, it just deals with everything ever. It is a tilter. But obviously it's 6 mana, so you can just kill your opponent before they play their 6 mana cards. No big deal. So do I want Archon? I think I want Binding. I think I want Scarab God. Maybe I don't need Tulsamir. It does give me 2 bodies. That's fine. Maybe I want the Yasharn just as like a value hit. Like maybe it's better than some of this other BS. The extra mana matters if they're going to put in Mystical Dispute potentially. I'm going to take out one of these. I think my deck can play around Verdict decently. This is actually a matchup where Klothys is maybe good, but it just gets exiled by Farewell. I just can't beat a Farewell. It's just doomed. I think Chain does much. Okay, do I have other just like dead cards like Chain? Trial kind of sucks. Alright, let's try to have a configuration where we just don't have removal. I think we can get away with that. Eidolon does stuff, kind of. Just put in just like random shit. Kind of rest in peace. That seems so unbelievably bad. It could maybe be better than Trial, but I don't think so. Maybe I'm supposed to have some Trials. I'm just putting like random creatures in my deck. I would love to have some Thoughtseizes, but maybe it's the case that like this deck just can't ever beat blue-white, so there's not a ton of sideboard cards for it, kind of like the Lotus Field thing. God, this hand sucks so bad. Oh, look at this awful hand. I guess we're just mulling it. I really wanted 2-minute, like a cantrip on 2. Okay. Mana works. Sounds fine. We will keep... I don't know what I want to put back. This card just feels so bad when you mulligan. It's also really bad in the post-board games where people have counterspells. You're just like time walking yourself almost. I could put it back. Glass pool kind of sucks though. You know what? Maybe I just keep the glass pool. I'll just mulligan the glass pool. Fuck it. Like, what are the situations where glass pool is good? Like Wandering Minds, Sin Collector. It doesn't feel like I enhanced my deck that much after board. It still feels like we have a bunch of garbage. But I was talking about how good this deck felt versus creature decks, so it's only natural that it's going to feel worse versus the opposite. Green doesn't matter. I suppose I could have just put it on the Pain Land, but it's not like we have things that cost 3 different colors of mana, so I think our mana just works now. And there's that Scarab God. That Scarab God that gets exiled by Farewell. And tucked by Teferi and countered by Mystical Dispute. Welcome. Welcome. Sure. Are you fucking me? Yeah, you got it. You know what? You mana screwed me, but I'll still take that as a dub. Oh, oops. I play a 2-3 that probably won't do anything. Your move. So what does Portable Hole actually good against in my entire deck? Nothing. Just no card it's good against. Easy clap. Oh, no, yeah, this is fine. Okay. I don't really want to jam the fires. I think I could just pass. Adding Yorion's kind of weird. Should have played my land first. I'm just mis-sequencing because I'm being kind of lazy. Is this a brew? No, this is just from one of the 5-0s. I think it was from a recent 5-0, but yeah, let's say go. Yeah, it felt like that last game was actually winnable. Like, it felt like we were probably going to lose, but, like, I actually don't think this deck will ever win a game in the history of its existence where an opponent resolves Farewell. I don't see it. I don't see any realities where you're playing this deck and your opponent casts Farewell and you can win the game. Like, maybe, I just don't see it. Like, you don't have, like, a haster. Maybe someone puts in like a spicy haster that doesn't do anything with Incarnation because you get it at the end step. I don't fucking know. Opponent's probably trying to figure out if they want to cast Wandering Emperor. I think I would be okay with them doing that. They're probably just going to do nothing. The main reason I'm making this play is I'm trying to find like Mystical Dispute. Do I just want more spells? I could take the Knight of Autumn's actually kind of appealing, right? This is also appealing, but like, I don't want just 4 mana stuff to jam. I'm gonna bottom it, which maybe is a mistake, but we'll see what happens. Okay, let's attack and see if they want a Wandering Emperor. Maybe they change their mind. on him. I don't think there's a reason to shock. It's all just probably Mystical Dispute or bust. Mystical Dispute or Force Spike. But if they let this resolve, we end up getting a 2-1 that draws a card. Fixes our mana a little bit too. I should probably let it resolve, but I am giving him a mini beatdown where like it adds up, but like I don't have pressure in a way in which I'm gonna like capitalize on the fact that they're low. It's not like my deck has Den of the Bugbears burn spells in it, so even if they go to like 11, I'm not gonna be able to deal more than like fucking 2 damage. Okay. So we're back to maybe beating Force Spike and definitely not beating Veto. If I draw a land, ooh, that's good. It's kind of awkward though. It's still good. So now I just kind of have a dead dispute or whatever, but farewell me. Farewell me. Fuck me up. Remove all my permanents. Please don't. I'm just kidding. Not the worst. Fuck off. Stop exiling my shit. I want to blink with Yorion. This is just so bad, but like, it's kind of getting me. Yeah, I mean, their play sort of did nothing. This has to get countered, and now we just drew that, so Jesus Christ. That was a heater. Target land you control becomes an XX, where X is the number of elemental or enchantments you control, so I would get a 1/1. So let's just play this. And then pass. Probably getting back Knight of Autumn to blow up this to do stuff. Still can't beat a farewell ever. Never, ever, ever. It might be worth trying to get to a spot where I can get rid of this and then Mystical Dispute farewell potentially. Just a redraw. It does grow this. I don't think I need it. That's good. Okay, so now like the Oath of Kai ends up being pretty strong if they don't like counterspell. Narset. Yeah, that's annoying. Absorb. Okay. This works out. Because we just Jorion. Did I play my land? Probably not. Still can't beat a farewell ever. Just never, ever, ever. Ever, ever. But maybe. Maybe we'll be the first person in the history of time to beat a farewell with this all enchantment deck. Okay. So they have Absorb. They have 1 to 3. I hate these lands. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So land means they can farewell me. They're at 11. So this is lethal if they have nothing. I could just play this and then absorb the fucking... Or dispute the absorb. It's turn 9. I think they played a land every turn. So I put fires on top. I think. And then I have like Fire Scarab God, and then they have to beat that if they farewell me. I think I'm disputing the absorb. And just like telling them they have to have a sweeper. Okay. Is Fire's even good though? I might just rather play the stupid fucking Scarab God. Could cloak this. So if they verdict me, Incarnation's a good draw. Clothes feels like such a bait. Could get a Gloom Shrieker for a Campbell. I'm just gonna get a value card instead of a Fires. Turn. If they have Absorb, do they use the Absorb? I think so. It's fucking annoying. So they drew Castle, so now I can't kill them. Ah, it's so fucking annoying, man. Well, they can't absorb, right? So if they castle, they can't absorb. So I can Shrieker for the Campbell. But I can't play because I didn't play my fucking land. Ah, this is so fucking annoying, man. Because I just had a dispute for a lot of spells. They have this. So now they have absorb up. It's so fucking annoying, man. I'm really gonna lose this game. Fuck. Well, I guess I get to counter the absorb. I have a clue token as well. So we're playing into verdict, kind of. But they just have to ferry and castle. It'd be kind of weird to not cast the absorb, even if you think I have dispute. I think. Okay, so I kind of got punished for not playing the land. This is a card Gloomtrigger cannot pick up. This is going to be 4, and I have green. So it can give me 3 power haste if they just wrath me. I think that's better than Campbell. Trample too. I didn't realize it had trample. Okay, it's 6, and they have castle activation. So they block a 2. Well, now I just have the enchantments in play, so I can just kill them if they have nothing, right? So block this, and you take making a 5. Oh, it doesn't untap it, right? Damn. Okay. Fuck. If I drew untap land, I could kill them if they have nothing. Okay, if I'm concluding that I don't want to... Maybe I do want to play Scarab God this turn. So we could just... So I could attack face down to 4, jump here if they want. Just play Scarab God. I'm probably supposed to go after this, but maybe it's not relevant. Because, like, I guess it makes this a 2-2. So I think I'm sending Gloomshrieker at Wandering Emperor and this at their face. And then I'm casting Scarab God and playing my land. Although maybe leaving this in play just doesn't fucking matter. If I get swept, though, I guess I'm just going to kill it, or try to kill this thing. I don't really know. If I get sweepered, I think maybe there's a chance I could still win the game. It's not that likely, but... I wonder if the turn I saved my land, I could have just won by... if I would have played it. I also have this Oath of Kaya. Sure. That's a land, so one of their cards is a land. I go back to 6 mana. Oh, fuck. It costs 1. Alright, we didn't get farewelled. Our opponent, for some reason, had Portable Hole in their deck. We're probably going to lose the third game because I don't think they're going to be like, why did I put in these fucking Portable Holes? They suck. They just draw my opponent cards and put me down cards. But considering how that game went. Okay. I think I like how I sideboarded, even though I do not like how this matchup feels. Okay. I don't know what my cards do. My bad, guys. Clearly, it costs less than I thought. Why did it... Is my vision just dog shit? This is 4, right? Was there a card making it cheaper? Because I know I over-tapped. I just assumed I tapped the 1 extra land. Whatever. I'm tired. Who cares? We're almost done. We finished this match. We got one more. I will mulligan. Feel free to explain to me why I'm an idiot, but clearly I missed something. It's an enchantment spell. So I just had this in play and I wasn't... Okay, my bad. That's what it was. So could I have killed him last turn then? That's the case, right? So I just missed lethal because I'm an idiot. Whatever. Oh, fuck off. Do I keep this on the draw? I just have to draw blue land? I don't really want to go to 5. Whatever. I just need to draw blue land for this. I think Destiny Spinner's pretty high value. It's just easy. It's just easy. Okay, Mardu land means we probably play that, right? I didn't realize my clock's so low. I sort of want to jam Destiny Spinner. My clock's low. Let's play fast. Wake up. Not a real 5-0 deck. What the? Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Who cares? Like, what do you mean? We only play leagues with competitive decks. You hear that? No one anywhere. You don't only play competitive decks. Only Phoenix. Phoenix or die. What are you talking about? Okay, your turn. I mean, that was a decent exchange. I'm not paying attention though. I'm reading stupid chat comments. The draw seems fine. I mean, I kept the 1 lander and immediately drew land, so that was nice. Okay, they have the land. I need one of these, right? Kind of looking for a Mystical Dispute. That would be really appealing to go, like, Sin Collector and Dispute. Do I jam here? No way, right? Let's play this. Oh, God. Fuck. I suck. I'm blowing it. All right. Oh, shit. Okay, well, we just have to beat Wanderer and Teferi. It's not that hard. Maybe we can. Hand's really good. They drew Counterspell? Are you serious? That's so fucking annoying. What? You freak? Probably Rallier? Am I missing something? They have Teferi. Why the fuck didn't they cast Teferi? They have mana up? I had Mystical Dispute mana, I guess. Well, this worked out. I might just time out. Oh, we have 3.5 minutes. That's not bad. Playing around all this stuff while playing quickly is going to be mildly annoying, though. I think we're fine. Okay, so this thing's 4 mana. I'm not tripping balls. It just costs 1 less. That's where I missed it last time. They untap. They have 2. Deputy this, Smash Teferi is likely my play. Land wouldn't be terrible. Could Yorion? Could just kill the Wandering Emperor. Because I can't kill the Teferi. I guess I'm Yorioning. And I'm supposed to blink the Deputy, I think. I did this. Okay. Oh no, wait. Fuck. I could have just played Crafter. God damn it, I messed up. I was supposed to top that. I could have just played Crafter them. This was a big punt. We'll see what happens. 2.5. I guess I get Clothis. Probably adds up over time. So they have to sweeper me. I'm going to lose to Farewell. But we know that. That's the world we live in. It's not a Farewell. You love to see it. So what does this thing want? Lands is... Okay. Just non-lands. How much damage is this? Can I just, like, murder them? This is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not that much. Okay. Oh, the Clothis is animated now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if they kill the green thing, we lose the Clothis. Play 2 spells. Absence of this, sure. So what was their card? The Ganjo. So I attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 9 and 7, 16, 18. $7, $11, 5. I miscounted. 7, 11, 14, 18. Jesus Christ. Okay. GG. Oh, I can't believe I fucking won that match. Alright, well, we got there. I think my opponent should have sideboarded differently, but we'll take it. That matchup seems horribly bad. GG, though. That was a crazy game. Definitely could have played better. But, yeah, deck's hard. Deck's hard. 5-color decks where you're, like, it's a 5-color tutor deck, so you have to make a decision every time you play your land. You have to make a decision every time you use Enigmatic. You have to make a decision how you want to set up your Yorion boards. So, GG's. GG's. I think if my blue-white opponent was a little bit better, we would not have won. But that was a sweet one. The Exacties Clothis trigger put you to 18, attack you for 18 was not something that I thought was going to happen, but I'm happy that I didn't do the math wrong, because that would have been really awkward. Like, you can have all those planeswalkers. Go ahead. Just find that farewell. But I double-checked a few times. We still have like a minute or something on the clock. But yeah, I spent too much time ranting and not enough time paying attention. But we got there. Let's see if we can get a trophy. This deck is like, okay, so we played blue-white before. I shit on it. I said no one should play it. That's not true, obviously. Blue-white, if you like blue-white, play blue-white. It's a fine deck. But this deck, I think, is also bad, but I think you should play it because it's so unbelievably fun to play. If you ever played with Birthing Pod and was like, this is awesome. I love Birthing Pod. This is kind of a similar thing where, like, if you do your thing, you get to pick and choose what you do in each spot and what creature you're going to get. And there's so much flexibility and so many decision trees, which I think is part of why Magic is a fun game. So this deck's a nice one. This build has felt good too. Like, I don't think I've had a single critique. The mana's worked out pretty well. We've definitely gotten lucky. There's been cards we've used more and less than others. Like, I don't think this card's necessary. Glasspool maybe came up once. I'm not sure if 3 of these is better than, like, a 2-2 split, just because, like, this card is just so much better than this card. But we did cast this and miss once, and this is only 1 color mana. Eidolon hasn't come up. We didn't play against Combo or Phoenix, so everything else seemed good, though. This thing's overperformed. Yeah, this deck's sweet. I think it is kind of similar to Niv. It can be really weak versus Mystical Dispute. So, like, if you're... The thing that's kind of weird is, like, I say that, but Fires of Invention is incredible versus Mystical Dispute if things, like, if your opponent missteps or if things don't, like, go in a way where your opponent, like, can afford to leave up the full 3 mana for the Fires. So sometimes you're just going to have an opponent who's like, I want to play my Narset or whatever, and I'll leave up Mystical Dispute, and then you get to resolve your Fires, and now their Mystical Disputes just don't do anything because you have so much mana, so... But yeah, when stuff like this, or Yorion or Scarab God gets Mystical Disputed, it's really rough. It can even be annoying when you just have, like, a random 3-mana thing that's blue, but there's not that many blue cards in the deck, so... Deck's sweet. I think it's really bad versus blue-white and combo, but... If your local metagame's a bunch of creature decks, I think this could be an awesome deck if you're trying to get some packs in F&M, or if you just want to fuck around in the leagues, like, it's fine. You can play whatever in the leagues. Doesn't make too much of a difference. I think I'm going to keep this hand. It's mana heavy, but it has, like, some of my best stuff, and we have a cycle land. Alright, we died. GG. Jokes aside, I don't know how bad this matchup is. It's probably not that bad. So we can go Foundry, Mana... This hurts so bad. We can go Foundry, Mana Confluence, Naturalist, Watergrave, Enigmatic. I think I'm down for that. You could also just play the fucking Triome, but it's not even a green land, so... Let's not do that. I just have to hope their hand's really slow. They might just be able to, like, Karn Grafdigger's Cage me before this even matters. We'll see, though. I feel like every single time I play against this deck, they go Elf, Cure, Elf, and then I'm just like, okay, I lost. You have 1,000 mana. The game is over. What's the wolf do? I think the name is Cemetery Protector. Oh my god, so many raids. Thank you so much for the raid. What's going on? How you guys doing? We're currently 4-0. We're playing some Enigmatic. Oh, it's Winota. Okay, well, we're still fucking dead, but just in a different way. I thought it was mono green. But what up, what up, what up? How you guys doing? There's a lot of raids tonight. Appreciate you guys. Okay, so Yam and Prey. Yam and Prey. Can my 2/2 lifelinker beat 2 Winota triggers? Probably not. It's not a good sign. You don't love to see a shock land. Okay, bless up. Holy. All right, we got a turn. We got a turn. So I think what's probably going to happen is I'm just going to like get something that blows this up so they can't top deck. Starts though. Should I attack? God, it's so ballsy for me to attack. There's just no way, right? So yeah, I think I just want to deny the draw too. Don't have Night of on a main deck, right? Please beat this deck. I'll try. I'll try. We did play it last night and went 9-1. We're the scumbag we're playing against, but from yesterday. Okay, so I think it has. It could get Deputy. Is Deputy better? I don't think so. So Brutal Cathar is the thing I have to think about. I think I get Skyclave Apparition and just let him hit me with the 2/2. All right, let's think about what our future turns are. So it's probably deal with the Fable, get beat up, hope they never find Winota, and then set up Archon in the air and just make lifelinkers. Or can I like eventually eat the board? I could get Tulsamir at some point. I think it has to be just get Archon. I think it's bad to let them draw 2 cards. So I just have to figure out between Deputy and Skyclave Apparition. Skyclave's better at blocking, I guess. Thank you for the follow. Fuck. Trying to think if I get punished in the future. I don't think it matters all that much. Deck's too hard. Did you get the raid? I think that's the first. Yeah, I got it. It worked. You nailed it. I know I've messed up a million raids before. It's kind of weird. Make sure to turn your stream off. There's been times where I've like raided someone and then not shut off OBS, and then I think people can like not go through the raid and then they'll still see whatever your screen is. So just make sure to do that. That should be good. All right, we gotta beat a Grave Titan. No, we don't. We just have to beat a fucking stupid land. This isn't even okay. Yeah, they could have had the Grave Titan. Yeah, 3, sure, why not? Okay, am I supposed to block? If I leave this in play, I can glass pool it, I guess. Which maybe is appealing. This prevents them from getting treasures. I don't know if the treasures even matter. Okay, whatever. We drew Deputy. Okay. So this gets an Archon, which I think is where I'm at in life. The other play is just like get stuff that eats the board. We're in the wonderful position of everyone playing versus Winota who just needs their opponent to never have Winota. It's quite pleasant and very enjoyable. Everybody loves it. This thing's going to stabilize extremely quickly, though. I'm going to die to a Winota, probably. Yeah, I don't think we're ever beating Winota. But I can beat other stuff. Definitely a lair. Ooh. So I get Tulsamir and Yorion. And then I can blink the Tulsamir and blow up the whole board. I lose everything. I also get... I can also just Omen, get a Pegasus, Deputy. Do I actually blow up the whole board? Okay, so I'm getting Tulsamir, 3-3, fight 2-2. I don't blow up the whole board, but I think the Tulsamir line is maybe a little better. I can blink this as well. Doesn't really accomplish anything, though. Okay, so we go to 2, we Deputy this. We Omen, we get Pegasus. We sack, we get 3. So they get 1 Winota trigger on their turn, and they have this stupid haul. I think it's actually better to just double spell. So white, blue. I don't think this could really be better. I might be able to beat a Winota off the top. Jared, I think, is fine. I think we're chilling. I did shut off good deal. I think if you do exclamation point deck list. Sorry, one second. Let me catch up on chat. That should show the deck. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna play out this turn. I think we're home free for the most part. Yeah. Start with Omen. I have a Yorion, but yeah, we're just gonna blow up everything and gain a bunch of life. Chain of the Rocks. That's something I can even do. Okay, what do I want to do? So we can get Yorion. So sack Yorion, double blinks. And then I actually shouldn't have topped this. I can just get Eidolon. We can get Yorion, Eidolon. So Deputy here. I just get more, what's it called? Fuck. Whatever. I just want an enchantment, I think. Rally is just better. Should be. I should have got the life flicker back, but I'm just clicking on shit. Alright, 1 second. Okay. Sack this. Yorion blinks. So yeah, we get a bunch more Pegasus because we get to blink all of our enchantments, and then these all just come back into play. We also get the Rallier to get back an Omen, so we get a life. We get the Life Flicker anyway. Great. This is just a 5-0 list. Alright, cool. Gloom Trigger seemed good instead of Glass Pull, but yeah, the game, yeah. I think I've made like probably 50. I'm 4-0 in the league, and I think I've probably made like 50 mistakes. The deck is just really hard to play. I need a sideboard. Yeah. There was maybe a way to play around Winota better in the early turns. I don't know. It's fine. They just don't have Winota in their deck. It's fine. No problemo. Massacre Girl, I think, is worth having. This could actually even potentially clean up the entire, like, the Grave Titan situation. I want all the holes. I just want to be able to deal with Elf. And then I think that's it. Maybe this. Probably not, though. I don't think it really accomplishes all that much. So, blowing up Fable, like, in that game, it would have been nice, right? Because I could have gotten it instead of Skyclave Apparition, and then just traded for the creature. So maybe it's worth having. Question is, what do I not want here? I don't think I need Scarab God. I think I can just go over the top. Archon seems appealing. Binding is probably way too slow, right? And then Clothis just kind of always sucks. I think I maybe want... It's not even that good versus Mono Red. I guess I would leave it in my... Would I leave it in my deck versus Mono Red? I don't even know. It probably doesn't need to be in the 75. So I want all my removal. I want the life gainers. Maybe just a couple cantrips. I've liked trimming Moonblast Cleric just because it doesn't seem great. Playcrafter's medium. This is kind of medium. I'm gonna go with the guy is fine. So do I want anything over this 3/4? Maybe this. Should be good. I've actually had some games where Yasharn ended up being sort of nice. Like one of the leagues I played, or two of the leagues I played with Noda, I played a main deck Yasharn, and it was actually good in the mirror sometimes. Because like if you're ahead on mana and your opponent has Innkeeper, you can sort of stifle their mana by just turning off their treasures. That being said, I don't think it's like actually worth putting in my deck. Yeah, thanks for the raid. Appreciate it. Sleep well. IDK what that card opponent played is called, but it's dumb. Oh, actually, I don't know the name of shit. Fable. It's quite good. Fable of the Mirror Breaker with a dash between Mirror and Breaker. Sounds great. We're gonna have turn 1 Portable Hole, which is kind of nice. Could even be Chain of the Rocks and we'd be able to cast it. Okay, so we could get clowned by Innkeeper into Chariot. I might Portable Hold the Treasure. That feels really bad, though. It slows them down a lot. Sort of strange. I just don't want to get charioted yet. Does this play War Sources Winota? So I Portable Hold this turn, I Trial next turn, and then I fire as Enigmatic. They could just play Fable and maybe I die to a Winota, but I think it's going to be hard to beat a Winota anyway, assuming their hand is like functional. Like even if I play this in a different way, I think it's still going to be hard to beat Winota. Whereas this way, it at least somewhat plays around Chariot and maybe buys me time to develop this. No 3-drop's really nice. No 2 even is just, okay, this is fucking wonderful. So they might have Chariot, but we can Deputy to clean things up. They might get a Winota trigger, but it's possible we could win anyway. No Voice. Voice would have owned me. This play is really, really terrible versus Voice. I probably shouldn't have played this way because of how fucking bad it is versus Voice, but things worked out. Yep. So yeah, I think I'm getting Deputy, and then we just have to beat one Winota trigger, which I think is pretty doable, maybe. Okay, so I either get a 5 here, or I get a 3. I think the 3 is better most of the time. I could get Yorion. Is Yorion better? I could just get Yorion and then Portable Hole. That doesn't... Okay, I just have to stack the triggers correctly. So if I make... No, they just sack whatever I target with the Hole. So if Hole resolves first, I just need to let Hole resolve before trial. So I could get Yorion and then just have a 4/5 to block the Chariot if they have Winota, and then clear these. Or I could get Deputy. And then maybe be able to get Massacre Girl. So if I get Massacre Girl next turn, I'll have a 3, a 1. They'll have 2s. So it'll be 1 trigger. How does Massacre Girl even work? It's like the file from Hearthstone. Okay, so it doesn't get up to 6. So it gets 3, 4. God damn it. I think I'm going to get Deputy. We'll figure out the Massacre Girl math later. I could also get Knight of Autumn, but I think Deputy's better. Okay, so they Winota, they Grave Titan me. I take 10. I go to 7. There'll be a 6/6, 2/2/2s, a 1/3, a 1, a 2/1, and a. So it's 4. So 1. So it's 5. So I don't think I get to kill the 6/6, right? Because I only get 5 death triggers plus the free one. So I don't think Massacre Girl kills the 6/6, right? Let's read the card. Fuck my life. Maybe they don't have a Grave Titan. Oh, the 4/4. I forgot about the Winota. Okay, yeah, so I do clear the board. So even if they hit the Grave Titan, I can just Massacre Girl and kill the whole board. Except for the Chariot. Because I have the Wandering Mind in my hand. So I think this play is correct. I'm stupid and just wasn't counting the 4/4 in play. So yeah, so 5 things will die, and then the 5th death... Okay, well, they just missed, so... Anticlimactic. Maybe this is good for them? In some way? Probably not. Okay, let's think. I could just, like, Yorion Scarab God. I could Enigmatic. Do I have Scarab God? I boarded it out, right? No, I didn't. So, I play this. I mean, they're just dead, right? So I play this. I Yorion. I blink this. I eat Winota with Deputy. Or I could just eat the Chariot. Doesn't matter what I do. I think they're dead. Is this better then? What's the craziest shit I could do? So if I get I could still just get the Massacre Girl, right? Because we get Death Trigger, Death Trigger, Death Trigger, Death Trigger. How do I beat another Winota? Can I get Massacre Girl and Night of Autumn? I can get like Massacre Girl Scarab God? But then it kills my Scarab God, right? God, this shit's so confusing. It's just Yorion because it's big. I think I'm like turbo overthinking this shit. Missed the point, but who cares? I'm just gonna get some 5s. So if I'm talking about, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's sack the fire, the other one. And then I'll just get fucking Tulsamere or some shit. I don't know. I'm only need 5s. God, I'm playing this so fucking badly. Okay, fuck me. So the Massacre Girl is going to come into play and trigger right now. Oh my god, I'm so tired. Okay, fuck me. So all it does is kill this. So I'm just going to lose the fucking game, goddammit. Oh, I could get Tulsamere and Massacre Girl and just kill the Winota? Am I blowing up my whole board? No. Okay, we get Tulsamere. Then fight this. And then now this sacks this. And we'll get this. This will trigger, kill this, trigger again, stop. We get 2 death triggers, but it won't get to 3, right? Oh, fuck me. Is my whole board dead? Okay, whatever. There's no fucking universe I did that correctly, but I don't care. I'm off it. I'm off it, dude. It's okay. If anyone said anything that doesn't make sense, I don't fault you. I'm tired. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I think we're gonna win. Maybe not. I don't have like any. I might just die to this fucking Grave Titan. Oh my god. Okay, we drew a thing. What is this? Alright, let's find a 2 maybe. Jesus Christ. Okay, that's fine. Oh, it's 5 fucking mana, you idiot. Oh my god. Alright, what does this put on top? We can just get the thing that blows up this. Sure. Just like ensures an enchantment. That's fine. What 5? Can I get another Yorion? I could also get Gloom Shrieker. Should get this. Can you just double block? I'll just pass. Whatever, we're chilling. So now they can have another Winota, and then they get 2 Winota triggers. Dude, this Massacre Girl ruined my whole life. This woman right here. Okay, they just never have it. They're just never lucky. I feel like I fixated so... Like, I was in my head doing Massacre Girl trigger math so long that I didn't pay any attention to just, like, the most obvious shit that I could have done. Like, I don't know what I was... I have no, like, semblance of a clue of what I was supposed to do. I just know that I did not do what I was supposed to do. That's all that I fucking know. But I think we're going to win anyway. Okay, they just traded that thing off, so do I do this anyway? I guess, whatever. Just get another Yorion. Jesus Christ. I just like... I don't think that they put in Renny Volley in their deck, but now they just have like this free chariot if they can ever kill my, my thing. We fucking did it! Yes! I'm so tired and stupid. I don't want to ever play Magic ever again. Ravenous Chupacabra? That was fun. GG's. Alright, we got the trophy.